So we are in book 2, the book of the Traveler of the Worlds, and it is the kingdom and godheads of the greater life, Canto 6,
Yes.
starting with the line, an infant glow.
An infant glow of heavens, near to morn, a fire intense, conceived but never lit, caressed the air with ardent hints of day.
Caressed.
Car-
Caressed.
caressed,
Caress.
caressed.
Okay. So we have here, let's just go back a little bit. There is in this strange twilight wonderland that is full of beauty, but it's strangely and vainly made. And so these fanciful realities that are dim tokens of a splendor sealed above awoke the passion of the eye's desire, and it even drew the heart, but didn't lead it to any goal. So we see this magic flowing as if of moving scenes that kept a while their fugitive delicacy of sparing lines limned by an abstract art, in a rare, scanted, limited light, with faint dream brush. Look at the artist, Sri Aurobindo's giving us sparing lines limned by an abstract art, in a rare, scanted, in other words, made limited line with faint dream brush on a silver background of incertitude. Imagine an artist trying to paint that.
Mm.
So we see now that there's an infant glow of heavens near to morn. There's a fire that's conceived to be intense, but it's never lit. And yet it's caressing the air with the ardent hints of day. So we're moving out of the night into the morn, into this intense fire that's still not lit, but it's still caressing the air with these ardent courses, glowing with passion, I would say, fervent. And what do they want to do? You're going to tell us next.
The perfect longing for imperfection's charm, the illumined caught by the snare of ignorance, ethereal creatures drawn by body's lure to that region of promise, beating invisible wings, came hungry for the joy of finite life, but too divine to tread created soil and share the fate of perishable things.
Yes, he's giving us a great hint here of these
Mm.
new beings that want to come down.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful, just extraordinary. So he says, and I would read the line a little different. The perfect longing for imperfection's charm, not the perfect longing,
Mm-hmm.
but the perfect longing for imperfection's charm, the illumined or even caught by the snare of ignorance. See, now it makes sense when you read it like that. Huh?
Yeah.
Ethereal creatures, they're ethereal creatures, but they're drawn by body's lure.
Mm.
Now, that tells us a little of what Mother and Sri Aurobindo say, that if you want to progress, you have to have a body.
Yeah.
And you have to be on earth. She doesn't talk about other worlds. She does say that other worlds are there, but they're typal,
Yeah.
just like the gods are typal.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to make a progress, they have to take birth also. And most of them refuse.
Mm.
They're happy with their little powers.
Yes.
Ethereal creatures drawn by body's lure to that region of promise, earth, beating invisible wings. Look at that, beating invisible wings. Came hungry for the joy of finite life. Why is it finite life? I thought life was always there to be extended. But in the body, we,
It's not. Yeah.
we face death.
Yeah.
But too divine to tread created soil, what a lie,
Mm.
and share the fate of perishable things.
Mm.
Now we have a very interesting line coming up where I have to share many things with you.
Okay. The children of the unembodied gleam, arisen from a formless thought in the soul, and chased by an imperishable desire, traversed the field of the pursuing gaze.
Yeah, I would say imperishable,
Imperishable,
and I would say traversed.
traversed.
A little English there.
Mm.
All right, what do we say about these children of the unembodied gleam? I have Alok, I have Amal, I have
Mm.
Jamur. So first Alok, he says, they're the powers and forces of the vital world that often bear a shining countenance and seek to be embodied here. Amal is a little clearer for me. The line occurs in a passage describing a region of elusive realities. In this region, everything strives towards form, but never quite achieves it.
Mm.
Now,
Unembodied gleam. Mm.
yes, now Jumar has a lot, and I value her teaching very, very greatly. She says, they want to enter a body as they do not have one as yet, unembodied, you see.
Mm.
The gleam is light.
Mm.
Sri Aurobindo is speaking of the early light, an infant glow of heavens near to morn.
Mm.
It is the beginning of new light, where all possibilities of manifestation are just possibilities, potentialities, and they are waiting to embody themselves, to manifest themselves as if a new dawn brings in new manifestations. Children, because they are still not quite developed, not fully formed in themselves, it is still just a gleam. Which one did you like best?
Mm. I liked the second one.
Amal.
Yes.
Good. So please continue on. Arisen from a formless thought in the soul. So these children are arisen from a formless thought in the soul, and they're chased by an imperishable desire. And they went across the field of the pursuing gaze.
A will
Oh,
that.
yeah, we have a word here, a phrase here. How can something that is unpersisting fail? That's for us an oxymoron,
Mm.
like a happy pain
Yeah.
or a joyous darkness. Okay.
Mm.
It will.
A will that unpersisting failed worked there. Life was a search, but finding never came.
Interesting. Life was a search, but finding never came in this place where there's just this gleam.
Mm.
And we have to continue on now.
Yeah.
175.
Yeah. They're nothing satisfied, but all allured. Things seem to be that never wholly are. Images were seen that looked like living acts, and symbols hid the sense they claimed to show. Pale dreams grew real to the dreamer's eyes.
It's a very interesting place in this kingdom of
Mm,
Godheads of the greater life, because nothing satisfies there, but everything allures you, everything draws you towards it. Huh? And things seem to be, see, nothing satisfied, all allured, seem to be. Things seem to be that never wholly are. Images, even images were seen that looked like living acts, and symbols hid the sense they claimed to show. Pale dreams grew real to the dreamer's eyes.
the souls came there that vainly strive for birth, and spirits entrapped might wander through all time, yet never find the truth by which they live.
Oh, powerful eye. The souls that come there are vainly striving for birth, and even spirits that are entrapped might wander through all time, yet never find the truth by which they live. Not
All ran like hopes that hunt a lurking chance. Nothing was solid, nothing felt complete. All was unsafe, miraculous, and half true.
well, it seems miraculous, but it's unsafe.
Mm,
It's half true. Nothing is solid, nothing's complete, and all ran like hopes that hunt a lurking chance. A lurking chance is to be like in ambush, unperceived or unsuspected.
mhm. It seemed a realm of lives that had no base.
There we are, because it's this wandering gleam.
Mm,
Come back to that. But something's going to happen.
yeah. Then dawned a greater seeking, broadened sky, a journey under wings of brooding force.
Could you give me just a little tiny more emphasis on greater seeking?
Okay. Then dawned a greater seeking, broadened sky, a journey under wings of brooding force.
It's a greater seeking that's coming.
Mm,
And it's coming in a broadened sky. And there's a broadened, brooding base. So many bees there.
mm,
A journey under wings of brooding force. Brooding is always here as a force that's seemingly not in motion,
mm.
but it actually is the power of being in motion, just like the hen broods over the eggs,
Yes.
keeping them warm, allowing them to come into birth. Now, he
Yeah.
speaks about this force a little bit too, and a couple of things to share. Very simple, of course. The Renaissance in India is something we don't often read. All force is power or means of a secret spirit. The force that sustains the world is a conscious will and nature. Is a conscious will, and nature is its machinery of executive power. So the force is the conscious will, which is, we could say, Purusha.
Mm.
And nature, Prakriti, is its machinery of executive power. And in essays in philosophy on yoga and yoga, he says, the force is Prakriti or Shakti, the female principle in nature, which is at the root of all action. Oh.
First came the kingdom of the morning star. A twilight beauty trembled under its peer, and the throb of promise of a wider life.
So we have gone into this kingdom and Godheads of the greater life. And now we're beginning to see something very positive coming out. The kingdom of the morning star is usually Venus,
Mm-hmm.
and Venus is seen just before sunrise
Yes.
in the eastern sky. So he speaks of a twilight beauty trembling under this spear of Venus and the throb of promise of a wider life. And he once wrote in Social and Political Thought, life itself here on earth is being at labor in matter to express itself in terms of conscious force. Human life is the human being at labor to impress himself on the material world with the greatest possible force and intensity and extension. And don't we all want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can talk about the ego, but Mother says the ego is not that bad a thing. It brought us here.
Yes.
So we go back now to this throb of promise of a wider life.
Then slowly rose a great and doubting sun, and in its light she made of self a world.
Now we do have to remember that we're in this kingdom of the Godheads of the greater life.
Mm-hmm.
So this sun rose, and it's a great sun, but it's also a doubting sun. It's not sure yet.
Mm-hmm.
But in its light, in the light of the sun, she made of self, of being, a,
Mm-hmm.
a world.
A spirit was there that sought for its own deep self, yet was content with fragments pushed in front and parts of living that belied the whole, but pieced together might one day be true.
Well, there are a couple of things. One is you said fragments.
Fragments.
Fragments, yes. And belied means shown to be false, contradictory.
Okay.
It gives a false impression to representation to something. So we see that a spirit was there, and this spirit is seeking for its own deep self, and still it's content with fragments pushed in front, and even parts of living that belied the whole. Some people say gave the lie to, belied the whole, should
Mm.
be false, but pieced together might one day be true.
Yet something seemed to be achieved at last.
Ah, something seemed to be achieved at last in this kingdom and Godhead of the greater life. What is it?
A growing volume of the will to be, a text of living and a graph of force, a script of acts, a song of conscious forms, burdened with meanings, fugitive from thought's grasp, and crowded with undertones of life's rhythmic cry, could write itself on the hearts of living things.
You can't get more beautiful poetry than.
Mm.
Okay. A growing volume of the will to be, and he hyphenates the word, will to be. A text of living and a graph of force. Well, a graph, we know, graph is a diagram that exhibits some kind of relationship. So it's a text of living that they're finding in this plane of existence and a graph of force. Not only that, but a script of acts. And then Sri Aurobindo uses the word a song of conscious forms, burdened with meanings, fugitive from thought's grasp. If something is burdened with it, it's weighed down with it,
Mm.
it's oppressed with it. It's like bearing a heavy load of work or difficulty or responsibility. But there's another third definition also, and that means laden with, charged with. I
Mm.
like that here. Charged with meanings, fugitive. Fugitive is lasting only a short time, ephemeral. So they're fugitive from even thought's grasp, but they're crowded with undertones of life's rhythmic cry. I get in my students every Sunday rhythmic.
Mm.
It's not rhythmic. There's no mic. It's
Mm.
just rhythmic cry. Could write itself on the hearts of living things.
In an outbreak of the might of secret spirit, in life and matters, answer of delight, some face of deathless beauty could be caught that gave immortality to a moment's joy, some word that could incarnate highest truth.
Oh, is that what? No, we have. That's we have to go to the next page. Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's a lot to read. So
yeah.
yeah,
Should we pause here then?
yeah. Let's stop there.
Okay,
Yeah, because I've only got about 5 minutes,
yes.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, page 174.
Yeah.
An infant glow of heavens near to morn, a fire intense, conceived, but never lit, caressed the air with
Caressed, not caressed. Caressed.
caressed the air with ardent hints of day. The perfect longing for imperfection's charm, the illumined, caught by the snare of ignorance, ethereal creatures drawn by body's lure,
Ethereal. Ethereal.
ethereal creatures drawn by body's lure to that region of promise, beating invisible wings, came hungry for the joy of finite life, but too divine to tread created soil and share the fate of perishable things. The children of the unembodied gleam, arisen from a formless thought in the soul, and chased by an imperishable desire, traversed the field of the pursuing gaze. A will that unpersisting failed worked there. Life was a search but finding never came. There nothing satisfied, but all allured. Things seem to be that never wholly are. Images were seen that looked like living acts, and symbols hid the sense they claimed to show. Pale dreams grew real to the dreamer's eyes. The souls came there that vainly strive for birth, and spirits entrapped might wander through all time, yet never find the truth by which they live. All ran like hopes that hunt a lurking chance. Nothing was solid, nothing felt complete. All was unsafe, miraculous, and half true. It seemed a realm of lives that had no base. Then dawned a greater seeking, broadened sky, a journey under wings of brooding force. First came the kingdom of the morning star. A twilight beauty trembled under its spear, and the throb of promise of a wider life. Then slowly rose a great and doubting sun, and in its light she made of self a world. A spirit was there that sought for its own deep self, yet was content with fragments pushed in front and parts of living that belied the whole, but pieced together might one day be true. Yet something seemed to be achieved at last, a growing volume of the will to be, a text of living and a graph of force, a script of acts, a song of conscious forms, burdened with meanings fugitive from thought's grasp and crowded with undertones of life's rhythmic cry, could write itself on the hearts of living things.
Good reading.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.